Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. I'm Michael Kurosh, and this week we are in Santa Barbara Design Center continuing our showcase of vignettes from students at Santa Barbara City College's Interior Design program. Joining us once again is Professor Diana Costia.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And please introduce the students today.
So our students today is Riley Hammond and Aubrey Mendez. They did a wonderful job.
They're wonderful,
their
actually. The
vignettes.
funnest students you had so far.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had
Thank
a lot
you.
of fun
I
with
think
them.
so too.
They're very talented, but they're also fun.
The vignettes are also a lot of fun.
All right, so let's start with Riley.
Wonderful.
Once again, we are here with Riley, one of the talented students of City College, and you did a wonderful vignette. Explain to our viewers what you did.
So basically my first idea that I had was black, white, and gold. That was kind of like the basis of everything. So I was a little bit nervous because I didn't know how much gold I was going to be able to find, but I was quite pleased. So I kind of started bottom up, I guess you'll say. So the white rug I caught immediately, and I knew that that would kind of be the basis for the rest of the design. And then bringing in some black leather elements and then some more white furs and stuff was kind of just what I was gravitating towards. These chairs too immediately caught my eye because they're really, really popular in design. The Barcelona chair, everyone knows them and loves them. So I figured that would be another good way to kind of bring in like a historical element to it as well. And then having lots of kind of like raw materials. So the coral, the granite kind of onyx bowl, and then the agate right here. I thought that brought a really nice natural element into it as well. Something that's very kind of like refined and glam, but can also have some softer
Yeah, you see a lot of gold you have brought in, you're right. And
yes.
It's usually becomes very glitzy.
Yes, which I was going for, but I also wanted to kind of keep it more comfortable feeling too. So I feel like this space still is inviting as well.
Very much.
Yeah.
It's very much. I like the rug you picked. It's one of my best-selling carpets.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, how did I know?
It's my favorite thing. It just is beautiful, white and light. At the same token, is very durable and lasts a long time.
Exactly.
And incidentally, another student had picked some skin for her vignette last show, and you did the same thing, and I like that.
Yeah.
It's warm, you can sit on it, you can, enjoy yourself in your living room, beautiful. And you picked the gold. Gold is, people are afraid of gold.
That was my biggest tackle. I was like, I know people are scared of gold, and I know it's not something that people immediately look at and say, I want that in my house, but I wanted to show it in a way that anyone could possibly enjoy it. And realize that it's beautiful.
And you mixed also the silver and gold, which is, again, people say is a no-no, but you did it very nicely and matches very well together.
Thank you.
Putting the things together that harmonize, as well as, the shapes you picked are very good. You picked this most classical couch. I mean, it looks like picked from 1920s. It's very beautiful. You picked that. Picked a mid-century chair. Picked a modern table. And they all work well together.
I think so too, definitely. Eclecticism was kind of what was riding through the whole design, so I feel like I achieved that pretty well. And
the gold chandelier?
Yes, that was kind of, I don't even know, I just saw it and I knew immediately it had to be. Everything else was too classic or too modern, but they call this the ocean chandelier, and I think it gives a unique kind of flair.
It's upside down corals.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
It's actually a famous French design, but nobody knows too much about it.
Right, yeah. Well, then all the better with the coral in the side. So.
Oh, I thought you picked it on purpose.
I did.
Okay, we did. Very good. All right. Tell us a little bit about the bar cart.
The bar cart is a necessity, of course, because this is, of course, a bachelor pad as well.
I thought you put the horn so nobody touches it.
Because that's my alcohol. And so, yeah, I just thought it looked really good with it. It made the space feel a little bit more usable, too, because a bar cart is a very, active piece of furniture. So I think it makes the space feel a little bit more social too, and then with this partition behind it,
lots of pineapples everywhere.
Yeah, the fun pineapples too definitely gives a postmodern kind of element to it, something fun that you can look at and kind of laugh at, but still recognize as beautiful.
Well, I have to tell you, you did a beautiful job. This could have been somebody that's in this business for 30 years and could not have done any better.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I will have a few questions from you. Maybe we sit down and ask you some questions.
I'd love to.
All right, Riley. So tell us about your experience at Santa Barbara City College, how long you have been in the program, and how you have benefited from it.
So I've been doing the program now for the past 4 years, and I've been kind of mixing it with some of the drafting and art classes as well, because my passion has always lied more in architecture. But I think interior design is very important because as an architect, you have this very important vision that you're trying to execute, and if you're not filling it with a beautiful interior, then you're kind of, cutting your vision short a little bit. So I feel like those are two things that can definitely be important together and work together always. And so now I'm planning to transfer actually to architecture after I'm done at City College, but still plan on keeping interior design very important in the rest of my career.
It's actually hand in hand, architecture and interior design very well. And
exactly.
The program they have in City College is just wonderful. So you can take both at the same time. So what is your personal style? And I would like to know what is your hopes and what you're looking forward in a client in the future or as you do now?
Right. I would say my personal style is definitely still developing. Like, I would not want to live necessarily in this room right here.
So this is for somebody else.
Yes, exactly. But that's what a designer is, right? Like, you're designing for a client, you're designing for someone who has a specific taste. So mine can vary a lot, but I just like to do things that make people happy, and I like to do things that fit a look, and so whatever that may be, I'm more than happy to do it. Growing up in Santa Barbara, I've loved Spanish colonial style and also kind of, shabby beach chic too, so those are things that don't scare me either. But I'm open to anything, I'm not scared of any style.
Wonderful. And the clients you're hoping for to get?
I just want, good, nice people who are friends, that I'm not looking for anything else. As long as they have good taste and are nice, I can work with that.
Beautiful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for being on our show.
Thank you.
We will be right back with Aubrey's vignette. Stay tuned. There is more Design Santa Barbara after the break. We live in one of the most beautiful locations in the world. I've raised my kids here. I love it here. What we offer at Santa Barbara Design Center isn't just furniture. It's a chance to turn a house into a home. What may look like a deal online, it's very different when it shows up. It's something to be said for feeling it before it becomes part of your life. We are here to help guide you through this wonderful process. We are Santa Barbara Design Center. Come start your journey with us. This week on Design FYI, we're going to talk about sofas and the unknown mistakes people make. Did you know average American spends 46 minutes a day in a car? But they spend 5 hours and 4 minutes on average on a sofa. So why would you go out there and spend tens of thousands of dollars for something you use for 46 minutes and then go ahead and buy something cheap that you sit on it for 5 hours and 4 minutes? At Santa Barbara Design Center, we create you a custom sofa that is made for you specifically and to your shape and size and comfort and your family. So when you're sitting and watching TV or talking and conversing with your friends, you're sitting on actually something that represents you. Your car represents you, why shouldn't your sofa? Thank you for joining us on Design FYI this week, and please come see me at Santa Barbara Design Center, 4th and Olive, and let me help you find the right sofa for you and your family. Welcome back to Design Santa Barbara. Today we have Aubrey from Santa Barbara City College Design Program, and she has put a beautiful vignette for us, and please explain to our viewers what you have done.
I started off with the ground up. So I started off with a natural rug. I'm really into like sophistication and incorporating organic elements into my space. So I went with the rug. The next thing I thought about was the chairs. I love the sophistication that the chairs bring into the space, especially with the thin steel legs, with the wood accents on the bottom and the back. Next, I thought about the couch. I really wanted to bring something more on the lighter side to the space, and I thought a lighter style couch, not too big, not too small, would work with the space that I had. Next, I added a lot of natural elements that include the
Ginormous banana trees.
The banana trees. and just the little accents on the table, like the turtle, the wood coffee table, the coral. I just really wanted to bring it all together with an organic feel to that space.
You picked also a lot of old items,
Yes.
which is again a little bit unusual for young designers that we deal with here. You picked up this amazing tapestry, which is, you were asking me, is Inca and is like about
Yes.
over 1,000 years old. Very good.
Yeah.
And then you picked a prayer rug. That's out of all this more modern look. Now suddenly you have something antique in there.
Yeah, I think when designing my space, I was picturing someone who has a passion for travel and really appreciates design as well and wants to bring that to their home.
And you have the travel bags ready to go. Are they filled?
Yes.
Not bagged? But they are very nicely matched the floor actually. So they are
Yes.
both natural and they're both organic and
Yeah,
but
I
they're
really
old.
wanted a neutral, natural feel to this space. So that's,
The whole thing is natural looking actually, very interestingly. It's very different than the other vignette we just looked at. It was very glitzy and gold. This is very much neutral and subdued, but at the
Yes.
same time very sophisticated, as you mentioned it. Love the chairs you picked. How come you picked that orange color?
I just thought I really like the deep, rich color of it, and I thought it would look good with just the different varieties of wood that I have. Yeah, I thought it would just bring the space all together.
And the chandelier?
Yeah, that's my favorite part. It's on the modern side, but it's very like delicate looking, and I just thought it wasn't too flashy, and it just went well with everything color-wise and the same materials.
Tell us a little bit about the accessories you picked, the statue, those coffee grinder, and so on.
Well, like I mentioned, I picture someone who's really passionate about travel, so and loves bringing their work home with them. So this is an African-inspired statue. I put on the table just some books, just a little turtle display, a globe, and when I actually first saw this piece on the table, I thought it was a telescope, but it's actually...
It's an actual coffee grinder.
It's a coffee
from,
grinder.
You know, a few centuries ago, they didn't have the push button that grinds the coffee, so they grind it by hand. Yeah, it's a very interesting item.
Interesting.
And we should say, you know, no turtles got hurt by filming this show. That's
no animals were harmed.
Yes, that's a fake turtle shell, but it's beautiful. He picked it nicely. And the African art?
Yeah, I just thought I really liked this piece just because I just feel like there's something there. It needed something else to fill a space, and I feel like it's a good conversation topic. It just brings a little more life into the room as well.
And the height of it creates another element
Yeah.
because of those trees are tall.
Exactly.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And you picked the African cloth again, fast pillows. These are very cool. Actually, all three of them inspired by African art. Very
Yeah,
nice
I
again.
love the indigo cloth. And without it, it just looks so just bare. But with the blue, it kind of just pulls everything together and pulls your eye towards the couch.
It
Makes it
brings
a little
life.
bit more inviting, yeah.
Beautiful. Color and punch. And again, you picked the true trunk coffee table.
Yeah, it's actually an accent table. So I chose this just because I love natural wood. I love just the feel of it and how just it doesn't look perfect. There's like unnatural areas on the outside, and yeah, I added just a centerpiece, just a light centerpiece to it with orange accents to add more color.
And brings the chairs in. Beautiful. Very nice. Thank you very much. This is beautiful vignette you did, and I think, yeah, somebody traveler would live here. All right, Aubrey, please have a seat, and I'm going to ask a few questions. So, Aubrey, you did a beautiful vignette, and it looks very nice. So I have a few questions for you. So tell us about the experience you had at Santa Barbara City College. How did you become a designer, and how long you have been in it?
I've been in the program for about a year now. I didn't initially come to Santa Barbara hoping to pursue the career, but I changed my mind and looked into the program, and I immediately fell in love with it. The professors are extremely passionate about what they do. They come from different design backgrounds, and I've just had a really positive experience in this program so far.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And how long you have been in it? 1 year, you said, right?
For 1 year.
But you said you did also some internship with
Yeah,
local
I've done
designer.
an internship for Christina Rotman Designs, and that just kind of gave me a realistic view of how it's going to be for me in the design world, and it was an amazing experience.
Beautiful. What is your hopes? What is your dreams of what kind of clientele you want to have?
I really want someone who's calm, relaxed, and just happy. I want someone who just enjoys design and bringing it into their home as much as I do. And I just want to create beautiful spaces for just people.
Any particular style you like?
I'm kind of open to any style right now. I'm still in the process of finding my style, but no, I'm open to anything.
Okay. Beautiful. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You did a beautiful vignette. After the break, we'll be back with Professor Diana Costia, and we will ask a few questions. Stay tuned. There is more Design Santa Barbara after the break. Today on Design FYI, we're going to talk about what not to buy when you're going shopping for rugs. Most big outlets or national chains, they sell nowadays hand-tufted rugs. This sounds like it's hand knotted, it's done by hand, but actually they are not. It's called hand-tufted and is actually a gun that rolls the wool around the warp, and they are not good rugs at all. So this is a sample we're having here for you to see. Anything that has a backing like this, flip your rugs over at home, see if it has a backing, is absolutely not good. So what it does is it hides what they did below this thing, which is a latex glue, which actually is toxin. And if you have got any rugs over the net, I hate to say it, over the net, because it's easy to sell and they're inexpensive, you buy these things over the internet. So when it comes to your house, they smell. Have you noticed that? They smell more like a gasoline or more like a diesel because they don't let the latex cure. And the latex that glues this wool to this backing smells a lot. On top of that, they shed quite a lot. The wool is cheap because they need to be inexpensive, and they shed. I would not recommend you to get anything, again, that has a backing and is glued, because it comes apart very easily. It is temporary. It is not a green product because they wear very quickly, end up in the fill, and just basically as a landfill junk we are adding to our planet. The things I would recommend you to get, unlike these things that have backing, is the rugs that they have nuts to them. So as what to buy, I highly recommend you to get some rugs that they are hand knotted. And how you can see, flip it to the back, and you can see the knots are done individually, and each one is slightly different than the next one because they're done by hand, and the intensity of the wool and the pull they have, the weaver, makes them look different. Also, the sides are done by hand. That you can see very easily. If you want to buy a real rug, please come to Santa Barbara Design Center and I can gladly help you. Thank you for joining us on Design FYI, Santa Barbara Design Center, Fort and Olive. Welcome back to Design Santa Barbara. Today we have the Santa Barbara City College Design Professor, Diana Costia. You have always produced amazing students. These two are exceptional, I have to tell you. I enjoyed working with them and they're fun and they know their trade. Very different styles. This is Riley's space. Maybe you can evaluate what he did in this vignette.
I think he did an amazing job. And what I like about this space, what I love about this place is the fact that it really reflects his personality. This place, this design is flamboyant, it's fun, it's mixing different elements, you know, like really, really fun elements. So he started with black and white and gray. However, he brought the gold and he brought all this fun to the place. It reminds me of a place in New York where you would go and have a wonderful party. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, he did actually a beautiful job, and I can just salute him. Very nice. All right. So maybe we go to see Aubrey's space.
Absolutely.
All right, so now we are at Aubrey's beautiful vignette, very natural looking, and I like it. What do you have to say about it?
I like it too. I like it a lot. I like the contrast between the two, whereas that one is very flamboyant. This one is very sophisticated, more subdued. However, she used some very nice contrast. So she used the natural elements, and some of the furniture is a little bit more traditional, and she used all these ethnic elements, but then she used these chairs, which are very modern. So it's a really, really nice contrast. And she balanced the chairs with that statue. Without the statue, the space would be completely different. And it would look like something was missing.
It would have been boring and something missing, you're right, but now it's just very lively. I like it.
Absolutely, very lively. And then I like how she, I don't know if she intended it to be that way, but the lines in the chairs, you could see them in the artwork, in this artwork right here. I see some similarity. Even the colors, the orange is brought into the artwork, and it just works. So
I think that's what actually she had in mind, because that's the first thing she picked. She says, I love this thing. And
it's beautiful.
Like, yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. And then the pillows. We actually, just before the show, we took the pillows away, and then the space looked like something was missing. So she brought complements together, and it just works. It's a beautiful space.
Very well made, and she did this thing very sophisticated, as you say.
Very sophisticated. So that's what she intended it to do, and she achieved exactly what she wanted to do.
I want to thank you very much for having these beautiful, stellar students, and we will be back, and I will have some questions from you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Stay tuned. There is more Design Santa Barbara after the break. On this edition of Michael's Minute, I would like to talk to you about mid-century modern furniture. Mid-century modern is described as the period between 1933 and 1965, in which designers such as Eames and Nakashima used clean lines and futuristic materials to propel design into a post-war era. At Santa Barbara Design Center, you can see and feel a variety of mid-century inspired furniture, including our signature leather chairs and recliners with classical wood frames. Accent them with side tables, daybeds, ottomans for a slick, artistic look. Customize these pieces to fit your home perfectly. To bring mid-century modern style to your home, please visit us at Santa Barbara Design Center, 410 Olive Street. Once more, I want to thank you for having this beautiful program at City College and having the students that are right here, our back door. It's just wonderful to have so many talented students. I have a few questions that probably our audience is very eager to understand. So I'm going to ask you, what are some of the principles of design that students learn in the SBCC Interior Design program?
Well, first of all, they're being taught the 7 elements of design: space, line, form, light, color, texture, and pattern. And they are being taught how to use these elements of design to achieve what they want to achieve. And that would be, the principles would be unity, achieve balance, rhythm, emphasis, contrast with using color, form, and space, and then using the scale and proportion, and of course the details. And you've been so wonderful to allow us to experiment that in your space.
Well, thank you very much. That was my next question. So how can we, like in Santa Barbara Design Center, be assistant to your students with their designs and their studies?
Well, I think you're doing an amazing job to allow us to basically experiment what we are learning in school. And your design center has so many pieces to choose from and so many styles to choose from. And it's so rewarding for them. I mean, I see that it's so rewarding for them to be able to use that. And even to look through the warehouse and find the elements that they go together, it's extremely rewarding. So you are helping us a great deal. And it makes everything they learn, it makes it fun.
It's true. They are fun students, actually, too, I have to tell you. It's a pleasure having them here, and if I can be of any help, I gladly do for you and your students. Wonderful.
That is absolutely amazing.
So what is the biggest change you see in students who study design, interior design at City College now?
I see excitement. Some of the students come to the program and they are not even sure if they want to pursue the program or not. Just like Aubrey mentioned a little bit earlier, they just want to test the waters, and then they get into the program and they learn about design, and they get excited about it, and then they pursue it. And I think that is absolutely wonderful when that happens.
I actually agree with you, and I see the difference. People are the newer generation that actually like what they do. It's not just the work, but it's actually their passion.
Exactly.
I see that often.
Exactly.
That's a good change, I suppose.
Excitement and passion. Yeah.
Beautiful. How can aspiring students learn more about this program you have?
Well, they can go online, www.sbcc.edu, and search interior design, and they can see the classes that they need to take. So search the website.
Once again, I would like to thank Santa Barbara City College Interior Design Program, Professor Diana Castillo, and her excellent students. This showcase has been a great tradition on our show, and I look forward to seeing what students create every season. We hope you have enjoyed it as well. Please join us next week for another episode of Design Santa Barbara.